combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live. And we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. If you're brand new to the Jimmy Rants show, head on over to JimmyRants.com. You'll see how it works. We start off on Instagram. Go follow me there at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. And you can follow live just like all these awesome people down here like Bonnie and Bishop and Steph and Stacy and Nancy and a whole lot more coming in right now. Then if you missed the live, you can watch it on replay on Instagram for 24 hours. So go follow me on Instagram. But if you're not the Instagram type or if you miss it, you can watch all of the past episodes, which are now in the 130s as far as episodes go, over on YouTube. So go follow me on YouTube. Type in Jimmy Rants as a keyword search, and you will find the past episodes of Jimmy Rants. And then finally, we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which has the best of the best moments of this here show. Go check it out on Apple Podcasts. JimmyRants.com is the website. Today's Jimmy Rants is a rant and a half, so I hope you're ready. Because we are at the time of the year where everybody and their mama thinks they know what the ketogenic diet is. And so with keto being the most popular diet in the world right now, seemingly, definitely in the United States, everybody wants to talk about keto. And so I was watching a clip that somebody sent to me the other day from Good Morning America. So it's a big TV show on ABC TV in America, a morning show. And on there, they have a nutrition expert who is a doctor, and her name is Dr. Jennifer Ashton. So Dr. Ashton regularly chimes in on anything related to health, and when it comes to talking about diet, she decided to chime in about the keto diet. And what she said, it was so amazing watching it. See if you can go find her talking about the keto diet. It should be somewhere online that you can find it, probably on YouTube. So she was describing it pretty decently, but it was the tone. Yeah, so like you put your body into a state of fat burning, and so she kept playing with her hair. It's the weirdest thing, because it was distracting. But she was describing it decently well, but it wasn't in a, oh, go do this, it's the most amazing thing. It was more like, well, we're not really so sure if it's good for you or not. And so the conclusion she did say was, well, a lot of people are doing very well with it, so it might be right for you, but find what works for you. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you, Dr. Ashton. Or should I call you Captain Obvious? So what I want to do here today, because she said something in there that was quite disturbing, I want to use this Jimmy Rants because I am calling out the convoluted keto confusion. Because with keto being a buzzword now, everybody and their mama's talking keto, you're going to have people talking about keto. They ain't got no business talking about keto. They're going to talk about keto so that they can promote their point. Okay? And we've already seen it. There's some people that are writing books with keto in the title that ain't got no business writing books about keto. They're putting keto in the title because keto is popular, and they know they can sell books if they put keto in the title, but they don't love keto or have any inkling of doing keto as defined, low carb, moderate protein, high fat. That they don't care about that. All they care about is, well, let me throw keto on it, and then I'll tell people what I want to tell them. That's my philosophy. So be wary of that, you guys. Be incredibly prescient in the way that you consume media. Just because it says keto doesn't mean it's keto. Okay? So, calling out the convoluted keto confusion, let me go back to Dr. Ashton for just a moment. Because she made a comment in that segment for Good Morning America that about made me lose my keto cookies. Okay? She said that she does not recommend the ketogenic diet for people with type 2 diabetes. What? Now, I know her reason why, and it's related to my Jimmy Rants from this morning. If you missed my Jimmy Rants from earlier, go back and watch it. But in short, there was a follower who had hypoglycemia going on. She turned out to be a type 2 diabetic taking medications to lower her blood sugar, and she went keto, and she suddenly had bouts of hypoglycemia where her blood sugar got down to 30. Okay? So people like Dr. Ashton say, well, you can't possibly go keto. Look what it does to your blood sugar. That's not good for you. Not realizing, oh yeah, maybe I don't need those medications. Type 2 diabetes, keto is the answer for. And yet you got stupid people like that. And I'm going to call them out and tell them who they are and what they are. You got stupid people that should know better, and they do know better. This is the saddest part of it all. They do know better about what to tell patients, but they're caught up in who's funding them, the pharmaceutical companies, who's funding them, the food companies. And we've got to call these people out. And I will, by the way, and I do very frequently, call them out for convoluting the keto message. Telling diabetics that they don't need to do keto is irresponsible. Diabetics, more than anybody, type 2 diabetics, more than anybody, need the ketogenic approach. So that was something that she said in there. She also described it as a high protein, high fat diet. High, by definition, is most of, and you can only have one most of. You can't be simultaneously high in protein and high in fat. So which is it? It's high fat is what it is. But she said that high protein, high fat. What's that look like? High protein, high fat. I did a high protein experiment last year just to see what it would be like. And the most protein I could get in, just eating protein and fat, the most I could get in was about 46% of my calories from protein, and the rest of it was fat. Even when I was trying to purposely cut down on fat and eat more protein, I still got more fat than protein. So not a high protein and a high fat at the same time. So if you're just joining us, perhaps you've noticed this with the rise in popularity of keto, that there are a lot of people talking about keto in the news media. On TV shows like Good Morning America, which is the example I gave, their nutrition expert makes this claim that keto is no bueno for people with type 2 diabetes. It's just convoluting the message. It's confusing people. Oh my gosh, what in the world am I doing wrong that I can't do keto because I've got type 2 diabetes? No, you precisely need to do keto because you have type 2 diabetes. And maybe you need to come off those meds like we talked about in the Jimmy Rants earlier today. So this Jimmy Rants is all about getting you to be cognizant of what's going on, knowing that everybody who puts the word keto out there in their messaging ain't necessarily keto. So be hyper aware, you guys. Stick with the people that are legit, that you know are legit. And if somebody pops up on this scene and starts saying things that don't pass the smell test, there's a reason you have a sixth sense about these things. Run. Don't stick around to those kinds of people that are giving you bad messages. Find the ones that are giving you the good messages. And by definition, a ketogenic diet is one that is low in carbohydrates, total carbohydrates, moderate in protein, high in fat, natural, good, healthy, whole food-based fats, mostly real whole foods, and then lifestyle things that you add to it. That is what a well-formulated, good ketogenic diet looks like. If somebody tries to add or take away from any of those things, they are no longer keto, no matter how much they put KETO on any product, book, meal plan, program, whatever they come up with. So be cognizant of that, you guys, and always, always, always call out those who are convoluting the keto message simply to confuse. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. Bonnie says, uh-oh, LOL. Yeah, I told you I was going to rant today. This is called Jimmy Rants, so. Dr. Oz today had a how to cook keto bacon. Said Eggman, how to cook keto bacon? Yeah, don't use lean bacon. That's how you cook keto bacon. Don't use turkey bacon. Done. That's how you cook it. Let's see here. Hello, Robbie. Thanks for being here. Hello, Joette. Yes, I saw the YouTube, said Bishop. You saw the YouTube of Dr. Ashton. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, you guys. You don't need to buy anything to do keto. Just eat meat and vegetables, says Eggman. And I would add in meat, vegetables, and fat. Obviously, you're going to try to choose the fattiest meats. Sometimes adding in a little extra fat in the form of butter, avocado, that kind of thing can also be a good supplement. But I like it. Keep it simple. Meat, vegetables, fat. Done and done. You're trying to sell everything too. No, I'm not. What am I selling? I am selling books, yes, that have invaluable information. I have advertisers that have good products, but I'm not specifically selling those things. I'm not selling anything on this show. This show is all about information and encouragement and helping people out. 95% of what I do, Eggman, thank you for sharing, is free. Doesn't cost you a damn thing, okay? So don't try to come on here and pretend like you know who I am and pretend like that you think you know what I'm about, because you don't know, okay? Last I'm going to say of that. Honey Got Keto says South Beach Diet commercial says it's keto approved. Yeah, I talked about the South Beach Diet on a previous Jimmy Rants and how they're now trying to go keto as well. So it is pretty funny. Nancy Virginia Beach says, I'm getting hit with a lot of comments that keto is the exact same as Atkins. Well, the way you distinguish keto from Atkins is Atkins was very low carb and unlimited fat and protein. Keto is very low carb with moderate protein and high fat. That is the difference. Now, can an Atkins diet be ketogenic? Absolutely it could. If someone's level of protein threshold is a little bit higher than others, then yes, you could probably have higher amounts of protein with the fat and very low carbs and be keto. But other people need to specifically moderate down on the protein, which is why that's the distinction between the Atkins diet and the ketogenic diet. When they add their 2 cents in and might be wrong health-wise and it could seriously harm someone. Yeah, Bonnie, that is the concern. It's why I think not just me, but any of us that know this information, we've got to call out the convoluted keto confusion, because people will just get confused if we don't do that. There's my girl. Hey, music girl. I feel better on keto and I'm a type 2 diabetic. Thank you, Robbie. Yes, he's my cousin, by the way, Robert Pardue, and he is doing a phenomenal job. He saw my Jimmy Rants from earlier where I was talking about the lady with the medications and she was getting hypoglycemia. He was taking those exact same medications, you guys, and he's been able to come off of both of the type 2 diabetes medications simply by going keto. So kudos, Robbie. I feel so much better today. Yes, you're doing a great job. I'm proud of you, Sue. Good job. Viva Lorena says they want to keep us fat, sick, and ignorant. Probably in that order, too. Although they probably want us ignorant first, and then that will keep us fat and sick in the process. Hello, Lindy. Thanks for being here. Calamity Tam 68, type 2 has been reversed in so many. The hospital gave my husband carbs, and then they tried to cover it up with insulin. It just made me angry. Hey, how about lowering the carbs, people? Yeah, I was just telling Sue that earlier, that that's all you got to do. That's all the medication is doing, is covering up the effects of the carbohydrates you're consuming. So if you're no longer eating those carbs and you're implementing periods of intermittent fasting, you're lowering your blood sugar, which, by the way, since she's on here, her blood sugar came in. Remember I said earlier that I wanted her to do a test at baseline and then eat her meal, the egg meal that she has, and then 1 hour and 2 hour postprandial. Her fasting blood glucose before she had her meal at 11 o'clock was 95. She's a type 2 diabetic with a A1C of 6.5, and she was at 95. That is a huge, huge drop in her blood sugar in a good way. I said, you're no longer a 6.5 on your A1C. It's got to be really good now. So she'll check that real soon. But 1 hour postprandial, it went up 28 points. So 95 to about 123-ish. At 2 hours postprandial, it was 103. So about 8 points within baseline. That is a great response to some eggs and an guacamole, cheese, that kind of thing. Onions, I believe, was the other thing in her meal. So really good response. She did not take the diabetes medication that was dropping her blood sugar so much because it was spiking insulin. So it works, guys. And we have people that are out there telling people that a type 2 diabetic can't do keto because they're going to have hypoglycemia happen, not if they adjust the medications. And nobody's talking about this. That's why we got to call them out. Steph says, I say, if in doubt, question it. Sadly, not all have the foresight to even know there's something to question. Yeah, exactly. If you don't know, you don't know. And so it's one reason I remain so passionate giving out so much free information is people's lives are at stake here. And if we can help them in some way, then that's what we're supposed to do. That's right. It's my life, my health, says New Bill Janet. Yep. I accidentally grabbed turkey bacon. Uh-oh, Russ. For whatever the reason, and oh my God, it's horrible. I fried it up in a bacon fat. It was a little bit better. Yeah, when I did my high protein diet, turkey bacon actually wasn't even high enough in protein. Last year, I was doing this experiment where I was trying to eat 3-to-1 protein to fat, and it was only 2-to-1 protein to fat with the turkey bacon, and I'm going, ugh. And it was nasty, so dry, gross. Don't do that. All right. Is there a way to report? Bye-bye. All right. Sorry about that. Trying to take care of this weirdo that's saying all these ugly things to me. You get that when you do these lives sometimes. So thank you for all you give of your knowledge and time and efforts. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, Bishop. Appreciate that. I'm doing carnivore with Dr. Ken Berry for January. So am I. Not with Dr. Ken Berry, but I am doing carnivore. Yeah. Education is knowledge, says Honey Got Keto. Yep. Always. It's one reason I constantly come on here to try to share information with you guys, because knowledge is power. And if you have knowledge, you can make a change in your life that could also impact the people around you. I always question, it's better safe than sorry, says Ashton. Yep. Dwight James Clark says it's World Carnivore Month. We'll go carnivore, dude. Turkey Bacon Ack says 21 Dances with Dogs. I agree. It's nasty, nasty stuff. Thank you for your kind response on Twitter today about a 72-hour fast I'm planning to start this weekend. Viva Lorena, yes, she wanted the autophagy benefits that come from fasting, and she wanted to do a 20-hour fast, 4-hour feeding window. And I said, well, if you really want the autophagy benefits, you might want to push that fasting window to 72 hours. So let me know how that goes. New Bill Janet, we love you, Jimmy. Get rid of the negative people. Yeah. If I'm not a big resolution guy, but if there's one thing I am resolving to do, is if you're ugly to me in any way, I'm going to block your butt and I ain't going to apologize for it. That's it. But I will call out the convoluted keto confusion that exists out there in our media. And in the media, you're going to hear all kinds of people talking about keto, acting like they know what the bleepity bleep, they know what they're saying. And they don't. A lot of them have no business talking about keto. They don't have the kahunas to interview someone like me who could explain it to them. They simply have their own agenda and they have their own reasons for promoting their version of keto, which most of the time has nothing at all to do with the actual low-carb, moderate protein, high-fat ketogenic diet. Keto coach Russ Holstein says, I say we burn them, then we hang the ugly, nasty people. That's a little vicious, dude. I'm a kinder, gentler way of dealing with it is block, delete, and if they're really ugly, report. On carnivore, can you eat until full, or do we have to measure ounces of meats? I'm not measuring anything, yellow-eyed. I had 6 sausage patties for my breakfast today. And then about 7 hours after that, I had 3 hamburger patties. And that's what I've eaten today. I'm not measuring anything. I'm listening to my hunger and eating appropriately that way. They always talk keto is so bad, and it's not. But they also don't realize mentally it is great. You feel great mentally. And yes, if you lose weight, that's a plus, says Bonnie. And Bonnie, that's the other thing. They always say that weight loss keto diet. And I would say weight loss is way down the list of why people should go keto. I think the mental health benefits are certainly the primary reason, and the energy that you get from it. Guys, I come on here twice a day on Instagram Live doing videos for you guys. Do I ever look like I'm lacking in energy? Seriously, do I ever lack energy? No, I don't lack energy when I eat keto. And that's the thing that I try to demonstrate to people is, okay, yeah, your weight might not be completely cooperating with you. Maybe you're having frustration with that. But look at all the other benefits that are happening. So you're right, Bonnie. Bonnie says the guy that was the hater on here was a spy. Hey, I got a lot of people that kind of keep track of what I'm doing because they know I'm making a difference. Yes, Dwight James Clark, South Beach Diet is promoting keto. Go look up my video, my Jimmy Rants on YouTube. Just type in Jimmy Rants and South Beach Diet, and you will find where I did a whole Jimmy Rants on this brand new keto version of the South Beach Diet. What do you think about drinking ketone drinks? So I assume you mean exogenous ketones. Yeah, this is not the place for that. If you want to write me a message, I will be happy to address that. I have addressed exogenous ketones before, so write to me and then I will get back with you. Last night for supper, I had 4 pork chops. Yeah, it's good. Although pork chops tend to be a little leaner, so be careful with those. When you grab sausage, do you check ingredients regarding vegetable oils? Yeah, I don't. I get a really high quality sausage, and I do not eat vegetable oils or soy protein isolates. They also try to sneak those into sausages. Calamity Tam 68 said, my doctor told me recently that my A1C was perfect, 2 years keto, pre-diabetic. Keto is life-saving. Tam, that is awesome and good for you. That is amazing. No lack of energy with you, kind of jealous, says Holly. Well, Holly, there's nothing special about Jimmy Moore. I'm just eating keto. So it comes. The energy comes. All right, so a lot of you guys are having generalized questions. We're not doing that on this Jimmy Rants. I'm talking about calling out the convoluted keto confusion. So if you have generalized questions, definitely pop those into my inbox on Instagram, or you can email me, livinglowcarbman@charter.net. I'm happy to help that. Keto Kathy 66, brother just diagnosed as type 2 diabetic, came to me for help. I was so happy to have the knowledge to share. Well, you go. That is really awesome. Love all the free information you give. Thank you, R.W. Hempel. All right. Thank you, guys. You're very kind. Thank you, Yellow-Eyed. I think you're in the top 3 of all the keto advocates. You're a great teacher. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think Dr. Ken Berry does a really, really great job of teaching keto in lay people language. He is definitely a great friend that I'm very honored to call friend. Yeah, he's got good things happening, you guys, in 2019. And there's really good people that do explain keto very well on a layperson level. So I'm honored that I can be a part of that for you guys. All right, guys, that is it for this Jimmy Rants. The bottom line, keep calling out the convoluted keto confusion that's put out there by people that ain't got no business talking about keto. And Marie says she just started keto. Welcome to the fray, my dear, because you're going to learn so much. Highly recommend you read Keto Clarity. That's my book that I wrote for lay people to understand keto at a very basic level. So go check that out. But check out Jimmy Rants. Go to jimmyrants.com. We start off on Instagram, and we do a live video twice a day here on Instagram. And I'm Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN. And you can watch live just like all these awesome people did here today. If you missed the live, you can watch it on replay, unless you're a hater and you can stay away. And you can watch it on replay for up to 24 hours. And then we pop them over onto YouTube after that, so you can see all the past episodes of Jimmy Rants on YouTube. And then finally, we have the best of the best moments of these Jimmy Rants on a Jimmy Rants podcast. All of this, you guys, is at jimmyrants.com. So until next time, we'll see you then.